dream where like you guys are running as fast as you can because you guys are being chased by someone? Have you guys ever had a dream where like you guys get totally freaked out and wake up and you're just like, what in the world did I just dream? I had a dream like that last night, and I just had a dream that my teeth fell off, and I woke up like checking my teeth and went down to the restroom. I'm like, my teeth are still there, so I was good. We sped up to like it only takes 5 to 20 minutes to actually have an actual dream, and out of our whole entire life, we dream of around 6 years. That's how long we dream. But have you guys ever asked yourself like why you dream and what is to dream? Today I'll be discussing on what we have to go through to dream, in order to dream and why we dream. Most of our dreams go through the process where in our brain, in the hippocampus. And in order to dream, you have to go through 5 stages of sleep. Stage 1, which is it's a light sleep, but you easily awake. Stage 2, which is like you're getting there. And stage 3, you start beginning a dream. Stage 4, you're more relaxed, you're actually starting to dream, but stage 5 is where most of the dream occurs, which in this stage, you experience something called REM, it's rapid eye movement. And in this stage, what happens is that your heart starts increasing, your breathing starts increasing, there's more brain activity going on, and essentially your body gets paralyzed. Because if your body wasn't paralyzed, then if you're sleeping next to someone and you're dreaming like you're stalking them, like eventually you will stalk the person next to you. So that's why your body gets paralyzed. Dreaming. There's 2 theories on why people think we dream. Dreaming, first of all, is the series of images and ideas and emotions and sensations that occur involuntarily in the mind during certain stages of sleep. There's 2 famous psychologists. One's named Freud, and the other is Carl Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. I got these facts on how it works in discovery.com. Freud believes that we dream because it's an unconventional desire and thought that we want. He thinks that the idea of dreaming is because he grew in an era where it's really sexual, so that's why he dreams that. He believes that people are driven by aggressive and sexual instincts. So what Freud believes is that when you dream, it's something you really desire. For example, if you would go to Freud and you would tell him that you have a dream of buildings, he would say that you're dreaming of a penis. And if you would dream of a cave and there's an opening in it, he would say that you're dreaming of a vagina. And then he would say that you're desiring sex. That's what he would believe. In other words, Carl Jung would dream that dreaming, when you dream, it allows you to reflect on yourself, and also when you dream, it helps you cope with some of the problems you're having. For example, if someone goes through a really specific trauma, like they saw death in front of them, or they got sexually harassed or something like that, they would dream it. But the reason is because their mind's trying to cope with them, and it's trying to resolve everything. Sometimes people go through dreaming, and sometimes people go through dream, and sometimes people just say they can't recall what they dream. This is the reason because they don't, their mind is not able to cope with them no more. Cope with the situation of dreaming, so they stop dreaming. Well, sometimes when you dream, you try to recall some of your dreams. The reason is it's not like you have really bad memory recalling your dreams. It's because after 5 minutes when you wake up, 50% of what you dream is lost. You can't remember every dream. And then after 10 minutes, when you dream, 90% you forget already. But so in Food's idea, if you ask him like, oh, I can't remember my dreams, he would say, you just don't want to remember it. But a psychologist called Joshualyn says that the reason is because it's really hard to remember when you wake up, or the ones that you try to remember and actually remember is a repetition of your dreams. For example, I always have a dream while I'm on a roller coaster, and I dream that like 3 more times already, and I ask myself why, and I do not know why. But in conclusion, I talked about why we dream them, why we have some of the dreams, and what leads to our dream, and hopefully you guys understand why some of our dreams happen.
So Jen, what did you think?
I really liked the topic. I think it was something not so heavy to talk about, which is pretty cool. I understood everything she was talking about. I think it was pretty hard to find visual aids on dreaming, but you did a good job with that. In the beginning, you listed a lot of information with not that many sources, but towards the end, you brought out your sources. I thought it was a really good topic. It would have been kind of cool if we did, like, if you could talk about nightmares, because I love nightmares, and I want to know what's going on with nightmares, but that's a fun topic.
All right, well, I like the visual and the rhetorical question as attention device, and I thought you had a very clear statement of what your point was going to be. You need a clearer preview of what the content's going to be. I know we're going to be talking about dreams, and at the end of the speech I got a little bit of a review of what the structure was, but at the beginning of the speech I needed a little bit more of a roadmap so we could tell where you were headed. On the supporting materials, you've got information you've got from some source, but you are not telling us what that source is. And I hate to talk about the elephant in the room, but you got to get the pronunciation of the names correct. Especially since you've got the two big theorists about dreams, and you mention them both, and they're names that everybody is going to know that when you encounter people. So you want to make sure Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung, okay? And so when you say them, and I couldn't even recognize Freud at first. It took me, like the third time I heard this. Oh, it's Freud. I got it. That's going to be a problem. Freud's the one who had the penis hang up. All right, and sexualized everything. And I know that you did research and you got this information from someplace, but you need to get that research into the speech a little bit more. You're summarizing the ideas, but you're not telling us where that information came from. The visuals are okay. They kind of set up the topic a little bit. The first one, I won't say the first one, I guess it was the second one that had the different stages of sleep. That kind of went through pretty quickly. I know that you're mostly setting it up for that dream one, which is okay, but then there wasn't any real follow-through on the dream one. All we had is that last one that seems like it's just a wallpaper on dreaming as opposed to an explanation of the dreams. I did like the fact that you tried to include your own experiences as part of this. For instance, telling us about the dreams that you had. And the thing about your teeth coming out, I've heard that explained before. Apparently it's got to do with financial issues. People who dream that their teeth are falling out. Yeah. I should say that's what I've heard.
Well, I heard that it leads to death. Like someone's in the family.
Well, I don't know. I used to have that dream all the time. When I was first married, I woke up all the time holding my hands out, trying to catch the pieces of my teeth that I would be spitting out. And of course, my teeth were not spitting out. It was just one of those things. It's just a dream issue. I don't know what it was all about. But I like the fact that you kind of included some personal stuff in it, which is good. But then we got related a little bit back more to, okay, well, how would Freud see that as being sexual, or how would Jung look at this as a